So I would like to talk about, so this is what I call part two. Basically, I'm going to continue to do videos one portion at a time to emphasize on certain part of the uh, training or learning experience to make sure you guys are able to able to do little by little. Now, last video we talked about the healing using visualization because that can be very, very powerful. Now, even if you cannot do a visualization, you can still use just your intention. So it is extremely important to understand that your intention is what truly make it work. Okay, where your mind goes, your energy flows. Okay, so here's a couple tips that I would like to share with you for those of you who are completely new to this. Really, my intention to do these videos is to make sure that you guys know that you really have the ability to do all this without asking for help. Okay, ideally, we really want to be able to become self-sufficient rather than becoming reliant on other people's help, right? To be self-sufficient, even as a healer, like we are all healers because we're born to be healers. We are able to do it by ourselves. But anyhow, so I want this information to be completely accessible without you paying a dime, because this is as fundamental and important that it's like a what I call like a gift that we're given since we were born. We just haven't been able to take the chance and take the time to be able to look and dive deeper and experience it. Okay, so how can we become more sensitive, or how can we do a better job at visualization? Remember last video I talked about this. If you want to become more proficient in visualization, it's very plain simple. Grab an apple, right? Put it somewhere. Or you just have to look at any object. So in this room, so you can look at things around me. I can see it for maybe 5 seconds. If I look at the chair, I have to take a moment and look at for 5 seconds and sit down and close my eyes and visualize exactly what I just saw, right? And including the shape, the size, the color, the texture, and everything else. So that's how we train our visualization skills. Okay, number one, that eventually you're becoming better at it. Okay, even if you can't really visualize much at this very moment. So don't freak out on this. Intention is the number one thing. Second thing, visualization. Number three is to becoming that comfortable about energy flow, becoming more sensitive, your sensitivity, right? What we call it, you have to activate your chi. You have to activate your energy in order for you to be able to feel that energy flow. How to do it? One simple thing that most teachers will teach: massage your hands. Why? Because there are 3 meridians going up to your hands. And when you are massaging your palms, you are basically activating all those 3 here, 3 there. When you're rubbing your hands, you're activating already 6 meridians by doing this. Okay. When you're massaging your hands, you are making sure all this region is becoming more sensitive. Energy is now flowing. So that if I want to do this practice, even hypnotherapists like to do that, right? So you're trying to tell yourself, test it out to see the power of your mind. There are different ways to do it. But anyhow, if you want to see how sensitive you are when it comes to energy, if your energy is flowing really well, you can do this, right? After you massage yourself, you activate the chi, right, on your palms. Then you can try this. I talked about this in the last video, but I did not really fully demonstrate because I was holding the camera like this. So you can use one hand, just in the distance, and see if you can feel energy coming from the tip of your finger, right? Do the other direction, right? So you do clockwise, counterclockwise, regardless, you should be able to feel the energy. If you want to stay focused, you can close your eyes. If not, you can just stare at it. Switch. Same thing, right? Should be able to feel the energy flow. Now, another way to do it, also this is coming from the Qigong practice, right? So when you want to ground yourself to keep yourself focused, one way to do it, whether you talk about like yoga practice or prana healing, talk about like super brain yoga, overall you want to ground your energy so that you won't be like floaty. Sometimes you cannot stay focused, right? You want to do your work, you want to study, you just can't really stay focused. It's all out there. Then what you have to do is very simple. You can just do this slowly. I may have to kind of lower it down just enough so you can see me. So you want to just back straight, bend your knees, back straight, slowly. This is what Master Lin talked about in the Qigong practice. You just keep your back straight, relax your shoulders, slowly. You just do this. And of course, you can do this as well. Or, to me, sometimes I do this. Turn this way. What you're trying to do is to loosen up all your channels. By bending your knees, you're activating the 6 channels on your foot, okay, on your legs. So now you are allowing your energy to flow all the way from top to bottom, right, to the bottom, coming back up here. So this is a very simple, sometimes it sounds so simple to think like, is it really it? Let me tell you, it is it. And I can tell you only because whatever I'm sharing with you now, by the way, everything that I said is something that I do. Otherwise, I won't talk about it because it will be just nonsense. Why would you waste your time and listen to this person that you don't even know and talk about some nonsense, right? Your time is very valuable as everybody else, okay? So the reason why I talk about it because it works. Especially for me right now, today I got slammed at work. But I'm able to take the time out and just to make sure I ground myself. So as I'm doing this, you can do this for a couple minutes or even like longer than that. That's up to you. As long as you keep your back straight and relax your shoulders. Shoulders cannot be tight because once you tighten it up, then energy is not flowing. You want to make sure everything just relax enough and loosen up so that the energy can move, okay? So these are very basic, simple, but yet very important things to do to get yourself becoming more in tune to your energy. Because once you're able to activate your chi, you're finally able to feel the energy, then things are going to get a little bit easier, and your visualization skills will continue to grow as you're practicing all of this. Couple minutes here, couple minutes there, yeah, easy enough for you to really take up your 10 minutes time in your day. You have 24 hours. It's really not that much to ask for when you're putting aside your time from 5 to 10 minutes just to do this simple thing, right? Just to do this. You're also activating your chi on your palms, your meridians here, okay? So there are different ways to do it. Yoga, like they always do this, right? Tai Chi and Qigong, they do the same thing, right? You want to open up your channel. So there are different ways to do it. It doesn't have to be this way, but just understand why we do things the way we do it here, for what reason. When you know the reason, you can be creative, figure out something else that you can do to create the same result, okay? All right, so how else that you can add on? One thing I find very beneficial as a healer, which it tremendously transformed the way I experience the chi flow, okay? Besides doing energy work, besides doing distant healing or healing in front of a person or self-healing, which is the Qigong practice. This is one thing I feel like is very powerful because I just shared this with my coworker yesterday. And so what happened is a simple practice from Master Lin, and he talked about using one hand, right above here in front of the forehead, okay? Left hand around your navel. So for me, I probably have to take off my buckle because my buckle has magnet to it. So whenever I'm doing that, I have to unbuckle my belt, probably remove it. But for right now, just so that you can see, you can bend your knees if you want, but make sure your back's straight. If you don't want to bend your knees, that's fine. But ideally, you want to bend a little bit because remember, bending your knees basically opening up your lower meridians, right, on the legs, the 6 of them. So when you're doing this, you want to continue to breathe. Obviously, you have to breathe, otherwise you will die, right? So when you breathe in, make sure you remember, as you breathe in your mind, visualize that energy is coming in through your whole entire body, is breathing in the energy, the divine, the universal energy coming in to your body and going down to your lower dantian, right? So lower dantian, you can just simply visualize on the navel, 3 inches behind. That's where the dantian is. Some other teachers, even TCM, will talk about a couple inches lower, go behind. It's gonna be the same region anyway, so don't get too caught up with that because it's gonna be there. Visualize energy gathering, going down and store into your internal battery, okay? And as you breathe in, you receive, drawing the energy from your whole entire body. And as you breathe out, same thing. Set the intention, visualize your energy that doesn't serve your health and wellness from your body being released and releasing back to the universe. Okay, so that is simple. You just set the intention. You don't have to say it out loud. Okay, so that's what you do. And so even when you're in this position, just make sure you say relax, elbows drop, relax your shoulders, and you just breathe. And for those of you who are becoming sensitive, just like my coworker, she had you able to feel the sensation already, which I'm not surprised because I know she's kind of sensitive. She's one of those empaths that I know, I'm aware of, and she's aware of. So that's easy enough. So she can feel the energy already. And then as you are able to feel comfortable to stay in this position, and eventually you want to be able to do this. This is what he calls it between yin and yang, right? And this is yin, this is yin, and then you want to move the yin and yang. So you want to do this motion. Basically, you want to do this motion. But make sure you cover all the way. So you want to do it in a very slow motion while you're breathing gently. Perhaps if you can do it deeply. And you want to keep this motion continuously in a slow motion, right? On your own pace. You want to do it in a comfortable, relaxed movement as you continue to do it. And visualize there is this column of energy in between these two hands. So hopefully it's not too much, but that's what you'll be able to experience and feel, the energy movement as you're moving your hands. I tend to stop for a moment just so that I can feel the energy. Top hand, bottom hand, I can feel. And then continue. So once you are done with a few minutes of work, then you can bring back your hand, if you're female, right hand inside, left hand outside, not touching, right around your navel, in front of the navel, and just visualize the energy completely go back into and store back into your lower dantian, right, your internal battery, and feel good. That's it, right? Easy enough. And then once you're done with this practice, because you're gathering the qi, you are cultivating the qi, which is important for all healers, by the way. And even if you want to become more intuitive, this is one way to be able to do it. Practice makes permanent, right? So once you're done with this little practice, you want to make sure the qi is, coming in, everything's done. And you just want to go from top. So I have to remove my glasses and just make sure you rub your ears, because all the acupoints for your whole entire body are on the ears. I'm pretty sure you heard about the ear acupuncture. So the ears are a very powerful thing when you massage them. Go behind your ears, your neck, and your C7. C7 is actually do 14 on the meridian theory. Okay, so on the do channel, do 14 is actually really good for your immunity. So that's what Mr. Lester Lin talked about. Rubbing on the do 14 C7, right? That is the powerful point to boost your immunity. And especially people who have like diabetes and stuff like that, high blood pressure, everything it's gotta be reset by massaging on that spot, right? So you will rub it against everywhere. Always start to do it on the left side, right? So you just want to, pat, okay, pat it down. Doesn't have to be too formal. You just want to bring it down. Make sure you pat on the back, which is your kidney, your Mingmen, in the center of it. I know I talk about some terminologies that you may not be aware of. For those of you who study meridians theory and also who have like academic training with the TCM like myself, then you will know this is important. Get all the cheese, make sure everything is being pat down. Your sacrum and your tailbone is also important because this is where your gate is, right there. So make sure you gently pat it down. And lastly, you want to be able to do this. Hold on. Oops. Let me see if I don't drop my phone. So that you can see here. So you want to do just 3 times. I don't even talk about what the teacher about the movement. He has this specific movement about the movement of this. That's a good one, but technically, as long as you pat it down, that should be good. Okay, everything's good. So this is a good daily practice. And for those of you who are still developing your ability to become more sensitive, to make sure the chi is moving, this is really good starting point. And trust me, I've been doing energy work for a while, okay, since 2011, okay? This still able to pump me up and open me up a couple notches more higher because of this little practice from the Qigong exercise. And I find it very beneficial for everyone and for myself. And so when you're able to cultivate more Qi and make your body become stronger, and quite frankly, it's very beneficial for your own well-being as well as for other people that you're going to help. So until next time, and I'll share more information on what the next step might be when it comes to energy healing by using your hands. Okay, so practice all this first. Make sure you feel comfortable. Make sure you can really feel your own energy. Make sure even when you move around, even for Tai Chi, right? So for Tai Chi, we like to do a lot of different movements. And the same thing, you will see a lot of movements involving moving hands, involving doing like a ball shape, right? So you're trying to do it as if you're holding a ball, and then, the ball of energy. So there are different ways to be able to manipulate your energy and make your energy becoming stronger, smoother, flowing. When there is no blockage and no congestion, your body will be able to be restored to the balance because your body has the ability to heal on its own when you give a chance to it. Until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good day. Bye.